Mark, have you ever had a situation where you've had a customer that was upset, but sort of rightfully upset? It wasn't that they were just whining or complaining. And if so, how have you handled that and sort of turned things around and gained their trust?
Sure. I think that goes back to my training at AT&T again. Really, it's more of a technique and a process that you create where you're handling that type of an account. And I think it should be fairly common, but initially, customer's upset, you pick up the phone and they're going to start yelling at you. That's fine. You let them get it all out. You don't interrupt. You don't say anything. You get out a pen and paper and you start taking notes about the key issues that they're expressing. So let's say, for example, one of the products that they need is late. So you're going to hear it, and it's late, and there's nothing you can do at this point to correct it. So then you try to find out, is there any corrective action? So once they've finished yelling at you, what is their situation? And you start asking questions. And as you go through, you begin formulating at least a plan of action. So basically, it goes back to kind of the sales process. Your data gathering, and then you start solution development. And before you do that, I should also say, you want to make sure, is there anything else? And once they get all their points out and there's nothing else, now you have, let's say, 5 key points that are the main concerns for the customer. And then at that point, so you've told me concern 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If I can solve these concerns for you, is this something that's going to satisfy you? So you get the buy-in. You're doing basically a qualifying of the customer. Because if they say, no, I don't care, you can solve all 5 of those problems and I'm never going to talk to you again. We're done. There's nothing I can do there. But once you gain their agreement that if you deal with those 5 issues, that will satisfy their current situation, then you go ahead, make the commitment to those 5 issues, assuming you can, and then you go solve the 5 issues. When you've solved the 5 issues, you go back and make sure that, hey, I solved the 5 issues, this is how I solved them, are we now okay? And that's really the process that you go through for that type of a situation.
So really the customer is going through this process and they're feeling heard and validated.
Sure.
And does that tend to calm them down? Like what percentage of the time do you get someone calming down, and what percentage of the time do you get someone going, no, I hate you no matter what, you can fix all the problems? And
I don't think I've ever had that, because at that point usually they won't even call you, but as long as you do not interrupt them, you get their concerns, you isolate those concerns, and then you make sure that there's no other concerns, address them, you follow that type of a process. And I think 90% of the time you're going to end up with a satisfied customer that's going to come back to you.
Awesome, thank you.